Let's take you to the country's capital now. The EFF set to hold what they're calling a VAT victory march today. Party supporters are expected to gather at the union buildings before proceeding to the offices of the National Treasury. This march comes 2 days before Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana tables an unprecedented third attempt at his budget. That's going to be unfolding in Cape Town on Wednesday. SABC News reporter Natasha Phiri is watching developments and joins us now live from Pretoria. And Natasha, does the EFF know something we don't about this budget?
Well, I guess we'll just have to actually ask them that question, Ayana. But of course, you mentioned quite a critical issue there, that it comes just 2 days ahead of the Finance Minister, Mr. Enoch Godongwana, presenting his budget 3.0. You would remember that the EFF had actually claimed victory because, as they say in the statement, that the suspension of the VAT increase is a direct result of their court or their legal action. You would remember that earlier on this month, both the DA and the EFF had actually challenged the VAT increase in the Western Cape High Court. But just joining us right now, I'm joined by the EFF's chairperson, Umam Nontando Noluchungu, and of course she'll just tell us the importance of just having this march just 2 days before the third attempt of Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana's budget speech. Ma, thank you so much for joining us on SABC News. Of course, as the EFF leadership, you'll be leading your supporters and members to Treasury, which is just about 10 minutes away. This is now the EFF's VAT Victory March, and it happens just 2 days ahead of that crucial budget that is supposed to take place on Wednesday.
Thank you very much, and good morning to you, Natasha, and good morning to the viewers. Today, it is not a march for the victory of the EFF. It's a victory for the poor South Africans, because the people that are mostly affected, it is the poor of South Africa. So it is therefore very important for us to demonstrate how happy we are that the increase of VAT has been scrapped by the courts. So today we are not only celebrating the victory, we are also here to reaffirm our stance against the increase of VAT and against the austerity measures that will affect the poor. Because you will know that any austerity measures, the first portfolios that they gun for, it is education, it is health, it is, all those portfolios that affect the poor. So we want to make sure that, to set the tone here from today, that what we're expecting, it's not austerity measures that will affect the poor.
I like the fact that you mentioned austerity measures. Just earlier on this month, when we spoke to the ANC, they also are against austerity measures. The budget is being presented on Wednesday. What are your expectations as the EFF?
As I have said, we have students that are unemployed, graduates that are unemployed. So we're looking at the budget that will create employment opportunities, a budget that will not take from the poor. Now, as we are sitting here, they are sitting with the DA. They have not consulted any political parties. In fact, the EFF has not been consulted for us to table our proposals. We have tabled proposals before, but we had thought that they will come again, and because then they did not take them into account. Now we were expecting them to come and table and ask us for our opinion in terms of the new budget. So it's a matter of wait and see what happens, and of course we cannot rely on DA. Because together with DA, they are a majority. And the DA is not interested in the poor. What they are there for is to make sure that the apartheid laws are still in place. Look at what they use the VAT for. They use VAT to bargain for what they are looking for. They want the NHI scrapped. They want, yes, we also, don't agree with NHI, but for different reasons. They also want the Bella Bill scrapped. They don't agree with land expropriation without compensation. So they are using the VAT to gain what they want. So they are out of the picture. We don't even want to talk about the DA. We are expecting a budget that will be pro-poor. I mean, even the SARS has already said to us, to everyone, that they can easily collect 800 billion if they have proper measures in place and sophisticated equipment to collect revenue. So why always run to the poor and take the poor, the money from the poor in order to finance the fiscal? So we are expecting a budget that will be pro-poor.
You know, you raise an important issue of the unemployment figures, and last week we saw those unemployment figures in the first quarter rising up to 32.9%, affecting over 8 million people, and mostly are young people. Of course, the EFF has also criticized the government of national unity for this.
Yes, of course. I mean, as I have said, EDA is there to claim victory of issues that they were never, part of setting the foundation. Yes, we can discredit the ANC, but they have set a foundation, but it's just that they have policies that they are not implementing. What they are after is after their pockets, lining their pockets, instead of making sure that South Africans are looked after.
Ma, thank you so much for your time. We will catch up with you as we proceed to those Treasury offices. Of course, I'm not alone. My colleague Diabo Sito will be stationed outside the Treasury offices at the WF Nkomo Street. And just a recap there for those streets that will be affected. It will include Stanzabo Pape, Madiba Street, Paul Kruger and Lillian Ngoy. Of course, we expect the march to start around 10 a.m. And as SABC News, we will be bringing you those live proceedings. With that said, it's back to you in studio.
And we look forward to that reporting. Natasha Phiri, for now, thanks very much indeed. Natasha reporting live there from Pretoria.